Hey there! I miss you guys. This is a floor routine, so you don't even need a mat or anything. You just need yourself in a space that you can move in a little bit, okay? So let's start. You can say crisscross applesauce or however comfortable. If you have to put like a pillow or maybe a folded up towel underneath your seat, I recommend that if you feel like you're gripping in the hips at all. We want to find that neutral pelvis, okay? So let's start with some deep breaths. We got to keep those lungs strong. And remember to try and get into the lower lobes of the lungs, the more efficient gas exchange. So nice deep breath in through the nose. And exhaling out through pursed lips like you're blowing bubbles or out a candle. And make sure there's no unnecessary neck or shoulder tension. And breathe out. Good. So we're going to add in that deep corset muscle, the transverse abdominis. Remember, it's a little bit backward sinking because you're going to do it as you exhale. Okay, nice deep breath in. And exhale. Feeling the abdominals. The muscle fibers are coming around like this, drawing your abdominals in. Good. One more, nice deep breath in. And exhale out. Okay, and then we'll add the next layer of pelvic floor. Once again, that's like a Kegel, or if you were midstream urinating, stop and hold. Okay, so along with the corset, pelvic floor. And in the seated position, it lifts up like this. If there were 10 stories, your elevator, your pelvic floor needs to get to the second or third floor. Okay, so deep breath in. Exhale. Corset, pelvic floor lifting. Those two co-contract. They help each other fire on. All right, one more. And breathe out. Good. Okay, so throughout this, you want to do that core breathing where you engage those muscles, but they just have to be like 20-25%, nothing too crazy. All right, okay, so from here, let's reach our arms out. On the inhale, reach toward the screen. And on the exhale, you're just going to gently draw the shoulder blades closer together. You can't even see mine. But so we're going to reach and retract. So our shoulder blades come apart, they protract. And we have a lot of that in life, so all of us need a little bit more retraction. Good. One more here. Reaching and back. Good. And then elevation and depression of shoulders. So we're going to inhale, draw the shoulders up. Exhale, lower down. And inhale up. And exhale down. Good. Deep breath in. And breathe out. One more. Up. And down. Good. So from here, we're going to go into our arm circles. I'm going to add in a little bit of spinal extension. So just a reminder, don't ever let your head just fall back. You want the thoracic spine, your rib cage, to help support your neck, okay? So we're leaning back. That's important to think about if you're taking any vitamins or drinking something. You don't want to just sit here like this. You want to utilize the spine to help the support of this bowling ball on the top of our spine, okay? So inhale, reach the sternum up to the ceiling. Exhale around. Good, and our scapula is rotating upward and elevating and rotating down and depressing. Good, two more, deep breath in and breathe out and up and around. Good. All right, legs out, toes up toward the ceiling. Try and get your knees down. Once again, if you need to sit on something, that's totally fine. If you have to bend your knees at all, that's okay too. It doesn't mean it's not good work here. Okay, sitting up tall like you're up against a wall. I'm going to move to the side so you can see. Starting at the head, you're going to round forward, walking your fingertips out, okay, and engage that deep abdominals to help curve the low back. Inhale to stay, and then stacking from tailbone all the way up to head, like you're coming up against a wall. Spinal articulation, so deep breath in. Exhale out. We're getting a nice stretch in our hamstrings. Deep breath in and stay. And exhale back up. We'll do one more here. Deep breath in. Inhale to stay. And exhale all the way up. Good. From here, let's bend our knees. We're going to do half roll back. So if your spine is straight, we want to keep it in a C curve the whole time, like you're under a bunk bed. Okay, and your feet and knees are about hip distance apart. Watch that the knees don't come together or go out. We're trying to keep all this alignment. Arms out, palms down, shoulders relaxed, and we're curved, okay? So you're gonna go back as far as you can keep your feet down. So we'll inhale to prepare, exhale, I'm right about there, and return. So your range of motion might be different. It's okay. And back. Good. So we're keeping that nice C curve, getting to those deep core muscles. And up. Good. Good. Two more. Two. And one. Good. Straighten out those legs. You can bend the knees if you need to. Kind of teeter side to side like a boat. So now we're going to do oblique half roll back. And it's the same idea, but now you'll be starting and ending with a straight spine up. Now palms face each other. So if we're here, we're going to take a deep breath. You're going to swoop and go back. Same thing. You don't want your feet to come off. And up. Alternating side to side. And you just keep your hips anchored down. And up. Good. Keep your chin in line with your sternum. Good. 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. And up. Good. So if that was super hard, you could always put your feet under like a couch or something to go from there. Okay, let's go down onto our side. I'm just going to use my arm, but you're welcome to use a pillow pad. And then remember, you want to lift up on this side. We don't want to just allow our core to collapse. So if we keep our core activated and leave room for a mouse house, okay? So we have nice core stability the whole time. Spinal rotation. So we're going to inhale, reach that top arm up toward the ceiling. Now, without the hips rotating, you're going to exhale, open the arm. I'm hitting the bed here. Open the arm. Inhale in. And exhale all the way back. Good. So we're reaching up. Rotate the chest open. Deep breath in. And exhale back. So we're getting a gentle rotation of the spine, but we're also getting a nice pectoral stretch. Deep breath in. And exhale back. Good. So from here, straighten out the top leg. And you're going to point to lift and then flex the ankle and lower. Still keeping your mouse house. And you want no creases here in the front of the hips. If there are, that means you're using your hip flexors here in the front, and that's kind of cheating. I want you to get into your side glutes here and a little bit of the back. So we're going up and down. I'm in a straight line from my head to my toe. Breathing, we inhale up, exhale, flex and lower, point to lift, flex and lower, good, up. One more here, point to lift, flex and lower. And then we're going to point, lift up to about hip height, and we're going to do tiny leg circles from the hips. You're trying to keep your pelvis as still as possible, so keeping your core engaged helps stabilize. Good. And I'm thinking of circling back more than forward, so once again, staying out of hip flexors here. And then reversing. Hopefully you're starting to get a good little burn. Deep breaths. Keep your mouse house. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay. Other side. Starting with spinal rotation. So we're finding our mouse house now on this side. I have a hair Okay. And then your hips are stacked here. Remember, we don't want them to rotate or twist. Spinal rotation, so we reach the arm up toward the ceiling. Exhale, open up the chest. Hips still face forward. Deep breath, three-dimensional breath into your ribs. And exhale back. And do you have your mouse house? Good. Reaching up and open. Feels so good. Deep breath in and back. One more, reaching up and open. Deep breath in and exhale back. Okay, straightening out the top leg. Nice and open here. Okay, still have your mouse house. We're going to point to lift, flex and lower. Point up, flex down. Good. Flex and lower. Point to lift, flex and down. Good. Point up, flex and lower. Point to lift, flex and down, and up and lower. One more. And good. And then we'll point lift up to hip height, leg circles from the hip joint. I'm staying nice and stable. I still have my mouse house. Getting to glutes more than the front of the hips. And then reversing. If you feel like you're wibble wobbling in your hips, just make your circles smaller. Slow and controlled. Get those deep stabilizers. And two, and one. Good. Okay, so from here we're going to go into hands and knees. All right. Knees are hip distance apart, hands just right under the shoulders. You can really open up the fingers. Let's just do a couple cat stretches. It's kind of like cat-cow in yoga. So if my spine is in a nice neutral here, I'm going to start the tailbone rounding. Let my top of the head drop to the floor. Inhale to stay. And then exhale, straightening out one vertebra at a time. Okay, one or two more. Deep breath in. Inhale to stay. And exhale out. Last one, deep breath in. Inhale to stay. And exhale out. Okay? So from here, the modification for this one is called Puppy in the Snow. And you just lift one, alternating your hands, just lifting the hand off. Okay, and you can feel your obliques working, helping you not rotate or twist. Okay, but if you want to take it up a notch, we will lift opposite arm and leg. All right, and the goal is to not tilt. Okay, you want to keep your hip bones, those headlights, looking right down at the ground. Good, and nice and slow is harder. Energy out your fingers and toes. And my neck, you're probably looking at the screen, but once you feel comfortable, look right down at the floor so you have a nice neutral neck. And this is working obliques and multifidi, that deep stabilizer in the spine. Good. One more each side. Exhale as you reach. Inhale back. Exhale, reach. And back. Good. And then back into a child's pose. So the next thing we're going to do, you can stay here for a couple deep breaths, is a tricep push-up. And if you don't want to do that, just stay here. You can stay knees together, open, and just take some deep breaths, okay? But for the tricep push-up, you'll have your fingers spread out, and we're trying to make a nice diagonal line from my shoulders to my knees. And you can kind of play around with whatever here. If you need padding under your knees, you can put that towel under there if you use that to sit on. But for this, we don't want the elbows to go out. We want them to go back, and that's how we get into tricep, which is hard area to target. Okay, so we're going to use 3 exhales as we lower and an inhale to come up. So it looks something like this. So we exhale down 1, little bit more 2, little bit more 3, inhale up, okay? And watch that the hips aren't back. You want to keep them forward. Squeeze those glutes and core. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, and up. Watch that shoulders aren't creeping up to ears. Down, 2, 3, and up, down, 2, 3, and up. 2 more. You can also do these standing on a wall if you weren't ready to try it yet. 2, 3, and up. Good. In a child's pose. Awesome. Okay, we're going to finish this with a seated mermaid. You mermaid it. So you can be here, you could be here, here, however you feel most comfortable. We don't have the reformer, so we're going to have to walk out with our fingertips though. So same idea, tall spine up, exhale, rainbowing out and over. Inhale in and exhale up. Good. Deep breath in, up and over. Deep breath and back. Good. One more on the side. Up and over. Breathe in and back. And you can add a little pretzel stretch in at the end. Good. And then other side. So reaching up and over. Breathe in and back. And up. Over. And return. Good. Up. And over, and back, and reach up, and pretzel to finish. Good. I'll be sending more soon, hopefully. Okay, bye.